So the concept of from thoughts to thought transcendence is not, transcendence means to go beyond. So transcendental meditation means to go beyond the mind. So transcendence to go beyond, which means really to go beyond the I-ness and mindness. For us living worldly life, worldly life is not a bad name. It doesn't mean living in the world. It means living ruled in our inner world, the inner person, being ruled by the I thought, which is I want, I need, I must have, like this. This feeling, which is the ego sense, feeling of being separate, this relationship with this body, feeling that I am this body. It's not true, but it feels like it. It seems like it. And in this state, what we experience is that most all of the thoughts are about me. Even when we think of others in relation to me. So the I has been placed at the center of the universe and everything's about me. And when the body's included, then it's about what will I eat? What should I have? What is the best? Or is this good? Is that good? How would this taste? And, this is being offered. Is this what I really want? And all of this garbage, please forgive. And then, is this person good for me? Is this practice good for me? Where should I live? What should I do? Right? The last Beatles song that they recorded together, the name of it is I, Me, Mine. And it was written by George Harrison, and it was all about this. So it's a pretty kooky song, but that's the theme of it. And it seems like it's all about this. And here in this state, there are thoughts, but it's not just that there are thoughts, it's that we are being ruled by the thoughts. They're like commanding us, and we're their puppet. And we might consider we might have multiple thoughts. We might think, well, I'll go to California, or, well, New York is nice this time of year. Or how about Nepal? Or should I stay? And so, and then we could say, well, I'm not ruled by the thoughts because I'm choosing what to do. But it's not really so. You're just choosing between the thoughts, which are coming according to your own conditioning and your own desire system and all of this. So we say, and in that place, there's discussion, how many thoughts a day? We hear a number 75,000 a day. And it's got to be like that because there seems to be hardly a break from the thoughts in this place. And so, so that's this place where he says from thoughts to thought transcendence. And what we were discussing yesterday is that really thoughts are an instrument in the hands of someone who understands thought. They're used, but not in order to get something. And it's a complete switch of the relationship where we come from the place where the thoughts are ruling us and the mind is our master, to where the light or God is our master and the thoughts are tools or instruments of service, of upliftment, like this. We talked last night, we took the reading, the essay, or the letter from Swami Shivananda, and it was about saintliness, right? And we talked a little bit about the difference between the saints and us. And the only difference is when you look inside, in their inner world, you see an unconflicted inner world. You don't see this jumble of thoughts. You don't see the I-ness and mindness. You don't see them thinking about what they're going to do today and what are they going to get and oh my God, today's going to be a terrible day. None of that stuff. There's clarity, there's commitment to the light, however they relate to the absolute, however they relate, whether they relate. There are saints here that relate to the absolute as Jesus the Christ. There are saints here that relate to it as Krishna. There are others that relate to it as the unmanifest, as the absolute unmanifest underlier. There are those that relate to it as the Buddha nature. But they're relating to the same. They're relating still to that absolute. And for them, the thoughts are not something that they're reacting to. The thoughts are something that they're utilizing for service. We discussed yesterday, like a knife. When you hold a knife in your hand, you don't ask the knife, what should we cut today? And the mind, thought, is just like that. And in the worldly way, when we have taken ourselves to be separate and alone and incomplete, then we're asking the mind to tell us what to do, which is a terrible state. And it's called suffering. When the Buddha shared the Four Noble Truths, there is suffering, starting there. This is the suffering. This is the suffering. And the way to change it is to go beyond it. But what that really means is turning the relationship around, learning how to cultivate useful thoughts, beneficial thoughts, not for you to get something any longer, but as an offering. And the one who does, called a saint. But that's transcending the thoughts, transcending that old relationship with thought. Okay, so we'll continue. It doesn't mean that there is no thought, but it means the relationship with thought changes completely. Instead of being bombarded by thought, instead of looking at something and having to deal with the stories about it and the name of it. And when was the last time? Oh my God, and you smell food and the mind immediately says, pizza. And then, not enough oregano. Oh, what's the best pizza? Is there a good pizza around here? It'll say, I don't know if this place is good. I was here a couple of weeks ago and it wasn't very good. And maybe...
Dazzling.
And where is God then? In truth, the pizza is a form of God. It's not pizza. Anyway. So, transcending, where we're not bombarded by them, but where they're useful tools in our hand.